Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Hello! It's the weekend! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Alright. Let me get myself going here. How is everybody? I'm gonna give everybody time to get on. Here we go. There we go. I'm trying something new again tonight. I've got a new setup. This isn't working. Go back. I've got a new setup, so we're gonna see how it works. That's not good. It looks fuzzy. That's not good. Hold tight. Why can't these things be easy? Why can't I just get them figured out and then I can just jump on here and be done, be ready to go? One of these days I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I think we're good now. I think. How is everybody? I've got you up higher so that you can see what we're going to do here. So, you guys will have to let me know in the comments if it's better, if you can see better, if it's worse, just what it is. I don't know what it is. So, we're going to do a quick arrangement tonight. We've got a wooden planter box, and I just dug it out, and I picked up some flowers, and we're going to go with it. So, where I know that you have empty containers around your house that are sitting, and could be a box, it could be a bowl, it could be, well, we've done mugs, it could just be, you know, any little thing, a planter outside. So we're going to grab this, and this one actually it's lined, so I could put fresh arrangement in this one if I wanted to. And actually, I have used one of these just like this to do an arrangement for the state fair, and it was really, really pretty. I actually won a ribbon for it too. So anyway, this is what we're going to use tonight. This is what we're going to use tonight. I'm having to look up because I don't know if I'm going to like this, but I think that you're going to be able to see what I'm doing in the top a little better, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I am not tech savvy, as we all know, but I'm learning. So maybe in 100 years I'll get it right. We've got our floral foam, Floorcraft floral foam. I actually ordered this from Amazon, but tonight I was in Walmart, and let me grab this over here. Alright, I was in Walmart tonight, and I went through the floral section because I was actually looking at some greenery. And Walmart has Floorcraft, which is exactly what I had, because this is Floorcraft. Yeah, but this I ordered from Amazon. So Amazon, you get six bricks, and Walmart you get 3 bricks, so you get half the amount. They're the same size, and these are $2.97, which is really good. I mean, it's $2.97 for 3 bricks. That's not bad at all. So I grabbed a couple more because we're going to be doing a lot of wreaths and a lot of arrangements. So I wanted to make sure I had enough on hand. Okay, the first thing you're going to do, as usual, is we're going to put our foam in our container, and I need to find my. There it is. I tell you what, I've been burning up tonight. I've been cold all day at work. And then ever since I got out of work, I have been about to roast. I think it's just because it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of muggy outside. I don't know. All right, what I'm doing, I measure all kinds of ways for my oasis. But you see how this kind of tapers down? And the top is wider. So if I were to take this and put it across the top and decide how I'm going to cut it, I'm going to have to keep cutting, and I don't want to make that many cuts. So I'm going to put it on, sit it down, slide my box to the edge. That gives me the length of my container. So then I'm just going to take my knife and I'm just going to go right here and I'm going to score it. Move that. And what you guys love to hear is when I cut this. Hey, Miss Kitty, how are you, girl? You didn't go to Florida? I'm going to save this because we'll need it in another one. And this tells you, I've got so much stuff in the bottom of this one. We reuse. Okay. I'm going to have to cut it down a little bit more. Or do I? I think I might glue it in here just like this. I could put it all the way to the bottom, but if I do it here, it's up high enough for me to get some greenery in there. So I'm going to glue it on my edges. And of course, do I have glue sticks? No. No. Well, my glue in my glue pot's not hot enough. You know what? I'm batting 1,000 tonight. I am batting 1,000. I just got home and I was talking to Brad and I was like, I gotta hurry and pull out something to do a live tonight. And so I ran out to my barn when I got home before I came in. I just put glue on my 2 ends. And I went in and found this box. I said, this will be perfect to do a live with. I'll do an arrangement. So I grabbed that and I came in. I had to take the dogs out, get them fed, change clothes because what I wanted to work today was just getting on my everlast nerve. And so I did all that, grabbed all my stuff, tried to pull it all out. Hopefully I got everything we need. If not, I can go get it. There we go. That's in there good. So yeah, I'm getting it done, but I'm hot. And I think it's maybe because I've just run around the house. Maybe. I put shorts on because I was hot. We need to put moss on this. And I need to decide. I think I want to put, I don't think I want to put the loose moss on it. I think I want to put sheet moss on it. Hold on, I got to get it. Hang tight. I'm not together tonight, but I'll get there. I will get there. Excuse me, Nikki. Okay, I'm back. I knew there was something else I needed. I knew I couldn't have gotten it all together in that short period of time. All right, we've got sheet moss. It comes in a bag like this, and it really is just a sheet of moss. So, I'm going to get this out and kind of open it up. And you don't have to glue this on to this greenery. I'm going to stick it down in the sides. I'm going to put it down here. Can you guys see this? Is this set up better? You guys see better? I hope so. That was my husband's suggestion that I moved my camera up a little higher. So, spread this across and we'll fill my cracks around the oasis with my moss. And it gets everywhere. So, I mean, it is not, flower arranging is not a neat, it makes a mess. If you go, the front of the floors always looks so pretty with all the arrangements in there. But if you go in the back where they're designing the flowers, oh lordy. You just cut, put it on the floor, cut, drop it on the floor. It's the easiest way to do it, then you sweep it all up. All right. We've got our moss covered, our basket. in our little wooden box. Okay, I'm gonna try to design this backwards because this is my front, and I'm gonna do it where you guys can see it, I think. So I'm gonna do yellows and purples. I'm gonna get this all on me. It's because I just like that combination for the spring. I just really do. So I'm gonna put a couple of these ferns in here. This is just a little, I don't know if you guys remember, I thrifted this at, I think I got 2 of them for like $2 at the thrift store. I need to get my wire cutters. And you know what? I'm gonna need picks. And I didn't get picks either. Where I'm gonna need picks in here. Hold on, I gotta go get picks. Hold on. I'll be back. Let's see how many times I got to run around and get stuff. All right, I'm back. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yoda, yoda, yo. Okay, I'm back. You know what the good thing is you know, I've been working on my buildings and I've been working on my craft room. And the good thing about that is now I can find some stuff. So these are the way the steel picks come. They go in the pick machine. They come like this. And when you go to put them in, you don't cut the band off of them until you get them into your machine. Because if you do and you drop them, they go everywhere and you can't get them fixed back to save your life. You pull out this little heavy doomajigger here. They go in like this because there's a ridge. Whoop, there's a ridge right there that the flour lays into. You drop them down in your pick machine. Let me get my scissors. And what I do, once I get them in my pick machine, I take my scissors and cut that band. You pull this band off, and then they just go down in there like that. You put your little weight back on there, and you're ready to go. We're ready to go. I'm gonna need this because when I cut the fern off, all right, we'll get it back. When I cut the fern off of the bush, it's not very long. See, there's nothing left there for me to put down in my arrangement. So I'm gonna have to pick this end. So what you do when you do that is, I don't have enough room. You take this and you lay it into your pick machine. And I push the handle down and it comes out and it puts me a nice little pick on there. And then I can just put it into my flour container. What did I do with them? I'm gonna cut me another one. So this is going to kind of, our theme for this is like a garden. Of course, you know, my Risa gardens, I love gardens. So we're going to be like a garden planner is what this is. I'm not going to put a lot of these in there, just a few, and I'll add some more greenery. So we'll see if that's enough. Ferns, you know, ferns grow up, they grow out, they don't grow straight. I'll put this one up in the middle. Hey Kay, how are you? Happy Friday. We can make this at, I thought I'll make it a two-sided arrangement. I was going to do a one-sided, but I'm going to make it a two-sided. So I'm getting my 4 corners. we've got 4 corners, we've got the middle. We'll put a couple more in the middle that are growing up. And you probably have ferns that are in like old flower arrangements. You can take them out, wash them, just take some Dawn and spray on them. They do make a silk flower cleaner that sprays. You can get it from Michael's, but you can just take it and do some Dawn dishwater and swish them around in there. Take a dryer and dry them, or just let them lay out. I let them lay out. I put them out on a towel and let them. I just put them on a towel and let them dry. Okay, you're envisioning that you're in the woods and you are walking, and you know how ferns grow? Well, this is how we've got it. It's like our ferns are growing in the woods. I think I'm gonna put one more back here. We can always add more if we as we go. Okay, so we have those. Now I want to add. I want to put some beads. I might add some of these swordgrass. Think maybe give it a little bit of height. I don't know, we'll see. Looks like a dragon's tongue or something like that. I'm gonna put these kind of over here. Maybe they're just growing in a section of our garden and not all the way through it. Good evening, Andrea. How are you? All right, see how I put those 3 on that side? You see that? I think I'm gonna do it. I may just do 3. I don't think I want the 4th one over there. We're just gonna do 3 of these for now. We'll probably come back to these. And then I wanna put a little bit of lavender in here. This is the lavender from Walmart. I do have some different lavenders too though that I think I'm gonna put in here. Now I don't have to pick these, and I'm not gluing this in because these will stay in here. So you can add glue if you want to, but if it's an arrangement, a lot of times I don't. If it's a big arrangement, I'll glue them in. But if it's small like this, I don't glue them in. Then the good thing about that is if you don't, then you can pull your flowers out and they'll have glue on them, and you don't have to, and you can reuse them. If they've got glue, you can still pull them out and reuse them. You just got to get your glue off. All right, so what I've done is I've kind of made a line going this way and a line going that way. See how I've done that with my lavender? That's what it looks like from the front. So I have my swordgrass over here, my lavender's coming up over here. So I'm going to kind of keep my tall stuff over this way, and I might do some lower stuff on this side to make it like, say like it's a little flower garden, like a window box. It's kind of what I'm going for. Let's see. I'll put that one over here. Okay. I'm not sliding around too well tonight. Okay, there's that. Now, let's see. I've got a couple of these yellow flowers. Let's see what these are going to look like in here. I'm using up these. You guys have seen these in a couple of arrangements. I'm trying to use them up. So, let's see. One will look pretty back here. And this one might look... Those two can grow together like that. I put them kind of low into our box. And then we've got, let's see. Oh, I got a couple more of those yellow ones. Boy, I had a lot of these. I had several bushes of these. So I can put this one I can make these kind of grow around the sides. This one can grow up a little bit taller, like that. And then I'm gonna fill in with a couple down a little, about midway. Let's see, we can put one back here. We'll put one coming out of our lavender. And this one's kind of a freestyle. This is kind of like a wildflower garden. Okay, see how we did that? We've got these coming around our side here. I've got one in the top. I put these two down here and then one back here. So we've got a line coming here. We have a line coming across here. We have this one over here. It's kind of a Lone Ranger. But it's also a line going across this way. So there's how you kind of got your placement. Okay, that balances it out. So that's all of my little those yellow flowers. Now, I've got, I think I got some lambs there would be pretty, but I think it might be too much in there. So we've got some of these little yellow flowers. And they got some boxwood on them. So we're gonna put these in there. And these can kind of go down low. So they're kind of growing. See how I put that one down inside of there? So we'll go a little bit lower. I don't think these actually grow that tall. So I'm going to kind of find my spots and just kind of fill these in. Let me see. Let me go ahead and cut these off. It does go a little faster when you already have your greenery cut. These are pushers. Remember what pushers are? I can push these up. So I'm kind of getting these bunched up to my greenery and to my flowers so that they'll cover some space in my arrangement. So we're going to cut these off. I may not need all of these. We're going to see. Okay. So I've got a spot in the middle here. I'm going to put this down in the middle, down towards the bottom a little bit. And we'll put this one over here in this corner coming out the side of my box. See how we did that? We can put one down in here coming out this side of the box. Just think of these little flowers as your ground cover. You know how when you do a flower bed, you have the low flowers, the ground cover flowers? Think of these as your ground cover. So we'll put that in there. And I got one more. I'm going to put it back here. There's a big hole. Okay, there's what we got so far. So we got our spikes over here with our lavender. We've got all my bed of yellow over here. And then our ferns are peeking out. Okay, we're looking good so far. All right, let's see what else we got. Do I want to put some white in there? No, I don't want to do that white. I've got some of, we got a few pieces of this white. This is not my favorite. We used this the other night. And it's, I don't know, to me it's hard. It's hard to use this, but I'm gonna cut it down like that. And I'm gonna stick it down in. So I have some white, just a little bit of white picking out. Now this one, see how these are? You got these coming out here. They don't really look natural. And then have those. I think I'm gonna cut it. I don't know. Maybe cut it here. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna cut the top out of it like that. And I can put that down in. Then I'm gonna cut it down again there and then cut the bottom, I think. Hey Jim, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. How's the beach? I wish I was down there, but the weather's nice down there. All right, see how we've got the flowers, the white flowers coming out? That's your garden. Now I have them in the front. I don't have them in the back, so I need to bring them through to the back. So let me grab some more. I really don't know how I have so many of these. I really don't know how I have them. All right, we're gonna cut. I don't think if I put a big one in there, put a big one coming out on this side here. So I could come back here and do a big one back here to add more height to this side. So let me find one that will work. Tweak it. Down we go. Now we've got one on the back side of our blade grass there. And that's where you're looking at from the front. I want to put a little one back here on the back. And this is just a little, like a lazy, it's not really a lazy Susan. It's the thing we had back in the 70s that our moms had them in their kitchen cabinet with our spices on it. That's all I've got. It's the best thing in the world to do crafts on because you can move it, circle it around. I have a hole back here that I need to put some white in. So I'm going to cut me another one, stick it in there. So now we've got little white flowers throughout our box arrangement. And then if you look at it from the front, this is how it's going to look. So I think that's all I need of those. Now, I do have some grass. These are grasses, so these are pretty. And the way you do these grasses is they come apart and they're actually on wires down deep like this, and they'll actually pull off if you're not careful. So what I do is I cut me one out, and then I take that and I put a pick on it. So I stick it in my pick machine and I put a pick on it. Now if you don't have a pick machine, you can get the wooden picks from Walmart. Michael's has them. I need my scissors. And you can hand wire. You can put a hand pick on them. Or you can get the wax tape, and you can take one of the, oh, hang on, I got a mess here. You can take like a wire. When we cut off of these, you can take one of these wires and wire it to it, and it works just the same. So you don't have to have an expensive pick machine. So I'm just curling. Well, that didn't help. I'm curling my grass a little bit, and then I'm going to stick this down in my arrangement. Let it be coming out the top. This one came off, so I'm going to just put a pick on it and put that in there. Curl my grass a little bit. Because wild grass grows all different ways. I'm going to put this coming out this side in the back. And do I want one of those yellow things coming out of there? Maybe. That might look kind of cool. So we'll pull this up, cut it, curl my grass. I think I'm stepping on some greenery. This one's going to look kind of bushy. Well, try it again. Maybe I need to put a pick on it. Put a pick on it. Put a pick on it. That could be a song. All right, put that down in there. Now we have grass. We have our grass growing out this side. The way I did that is I kind of put them, I don't know if you can see, I kind of put them close together in here like you've got a clump of grass. So you got your clump and your grass is shooting out from that. And it's it comes up kind of high, but it gives you, this side is a little higher than this side, but this side is denser than this. This is more airy, so they play off of each other. Okay, so we got our purple over there. Now let me see. Do I want to put, I'm going to stick a little bit of boxwood down here. Let that come out the front. I just stuck a little sprig of boxwood in the front there. And I have another spot back here that I can put another piece of boxwood in. So let me cut that. It doesn't take long to do these at all. And it doesn't take a lot of flowers. All right. So pick it up, look at your sides, make sure that you got your mechanics covered. I don't have a lot coming off the side of my box here, but that's okay because there, I got my fern coming out. So it kind of looks like it's down in a planter. As I'm looking, I can see my oasis right here. So I either need to put moss in there or some kind of flower. I might, oh, here's another, I have another little boxwood. So I'm going to stick the boxwood in there. I think that it will go, I think it will go down far enough. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, now I have my hole covered with my boxwood, so you cannot see my foam. You look down through your top. There's no, everything's covered there. All right, when I look at it from the front though, when you look at it this way, there's like a dark spot right there. We want to put something in there. So I'm either going to, I really want some kind of flower coming out over that. Oh, here's some pretty little, it's called a mini bundle. Let me see if I can make this work in there. I think, oh, there's 3 of these. I think these Ashland, these are Michael's. They're 3 to a bundle. I'm gonna cut them off short. I'll cut it off short and I'm gonna put it, see how I put it down into my flower there? So it's just kind of peeking out in that corner. I could do another one over here in this corner here. I'll just put another low one in there and it has these grasses coming off of it. So they're perfect to hang out over your container. So let's cut this one. There we go. See how it brightened that one up there? It's just peeking over. All right. I've got another spot back here that's kind of dark. Look this way. See right in there? And we're going to put one in there so that will brighten it up. So, tomorrow, my granddaughter has her company, her dance company showcase. And we get to see all of her dances that she's worked on this year that she's going to be using in competitions. And I am so excited to go see her because she has learned so much this year. And I'm just super excited to go see all her dancing. So I'm going to put this one right in here. So we got a busy day planned tomorrow. All right, when I did this one in here, see how that sticks straight out? If you were to look at it from this way, look what happens. It's sticking way out over here. That is not what you want. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to turn this one. I don't think I can curl that. It's a plastic. Well, yeah, it is curling. I'm going to curl it a little bit. And then I'm going to turn it around and let it go back into my arrangement. There. So now we have it in there, and that blade of grass is growing up through there. See? All right, so now I think we're looking pretty good. I think we're looking pretty good. I might want to put another piece of lavender. I have this kind of lavender. It's a more of a bluish gray lavender. Let's see what if I cut one of these. I don't know if this is going to be tall enough, but we're going to see. Maybe I'll put a pick on it. Maybe it'll be tall enough. All right, I'm going to put this over here. Sure, but I'm not going to the doctor. When you live in Egypt and somebody comes to your door 9 o'clock at night, you don't go to the doctor. Although they won't be able to tell there's lights on in here because I got lights everywhere. But not sure. I'm not sure. All right, I'm just sticking this lavender in different places. Nobody's knocking on the door, so I'm not sure. All right, see, I'm just sticking some lavender in some different places to work it through, but this kind of lavender. This is really pretty. These are not pushers. Well, that one does go up. It is a pusher. So I'm going to put this sprig in. I think one will be pretty coming out over here. My lilac bush will be blooming soon. It's so pretty. You know, the only bad thing about lilacs, they don't last very long. They only bloom for like a day or so, and then they're gone. That's really pretty. See how we've got that, the lilacs coming, the lavender coming through. So we have this lavender here, which is a more narrow, much thinner, and then this lavender is more, it's like a bunchier flower. So it gives you two different textures of it. I might put a few more of, maybe I won't put a few more of those big lilacs in because I don't have them. I do have a couple of these, so I might stick those in there. So it's going to be a yellow and lavender or lilac arrangement. Put that one in there. You don't want to get too much though. And you don't want to get too much because you'll overcrowd it. So we'll put this one coming out here. All right, there we go. Y'all see that? I think I've got it all covered. I have my fern growing out over here, fern growing there. We do have some grass coming out here, but that looks natural. See how it's coming, you can see it coming out the front here, but when you turn it, it looks like it's growing that way. It's just kind of wild like these grasses. These grasses are coming out and coming over, and they're coming out the back of our arrangement. They give it brings your eye through the center and brings it up. So I think we're good. Now we normally put, see there's this whole thing of grass right here, and I only used a few sprigs of it. This goes a long ways, a long ways. So make sure you take them and cut them apart and use them, and not just stick the whole thing down in there. I don't think, no, I have some of these pink and white and yellow ones, but that's going to add, so if you add this, if I were to add this into the arrangement, see, it's going to just really kind of take away from what we've got going on here. And it doesn't look natural. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that. The last thing I'm going to do is put, I think I'm going to put a little bird, or, you know I got birds, or a hummingbird. I don't have my butterflies out here. So let's see if one of these fit in there. Let me get them. Let's see. A little butterfly would be cute. But my butterflies are big though. They're big. I do have a yellow hummingbird. I could have him flying up here. Maybe. I might could clip him. Let's see if I clip him to a grass so we can see what he'll look like. I have thrown my, I have knocked my camera over on my other camera over on my table. I'm just having a time tonight, let me tell you. Well, he's not hanging in there too good. He's not hanging in there too good. So, we could put him in. I have him. We could put him. I need to fix this little beak. We could, let me turn him around. He could be, if I could get him to stay up. Possibility. I have this bird. I don't like him in there. I have these little birds that have flowers on them. I've seen them in arrangements and they look really cute, but they're not my favorite. Oh, I have a little purple hummingbird. Now he might be pretty. He might be pretty if I put him or her right in there. I do something like that. That one's pretty. Could be a couple hummingbirds actually. I have some yellow ones. I got blue. I've got green. I have a little purple bird. Let's see. Alright, I could put the little bird, nestle him down in there, and I could somehow or another put the hummingbird back here. Would really be cool. I'm just not sure. Okay, you're going to see me work magic here. Somewhat magic. This is just the end of a wire that we've cut off. And Alexa said I couldn't find work magic. She's listening to me. All right, cut me a wire. I don't think that's long enough though. But if I put a pick on it, it'd be long enough. I want to bend it like I'm putting it on. I'm laying it up under there, and I'm going to bend it, and then I'm going to put glue on that end, and I'm going to stick it onto my bird. See, I'm just kind of gluing it to the bird's belly. We're going to see if this works. We're going to see. Oh. I'm putting some glue across the top of it too, because I want to make sure it stays on there. So I've glued the bottom, and now I'll put glue across the top. I want to make him where he's flying. Gotta let it set up for a few minutes. And then, while he's setting up, I wonder if I can lay him down without messing him up. I can go back and work on my bird. I like my bird just sitting right in there. I'm going to, and he's not going to have a nest. He's just going to be sitting on the bush. So I got to get this cut off. I guess my signature for these arrangements I've been making lately are birds. Birds and hummingbirds and little birds. All right, he wants to be, this is our front, so I'm gonna lay him. All right, so I'm gonna put glue on his belly. But I need to put him back in here. I'm thinking out loud. I need to put him back like this. So I'm going to have to hold him the way I want to put him in. That means I got to glue with my left hand. That's a little bit dangerous. That's a little dangerous. And instead of dipping him in my glue pot, I'm using my glue gun. So I put a good amount of glue on the bottom, and I'm going to nestle him kind of there. I want him kind of just sitting down like he's, you guys see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to fix his feathers. Oh God, his feathers ruffled. Oh God, his feathers ruffled. Okay, I got to hide my clip, so I'm going to glue him to a flower. There we go. There's our bird. See, and I don't know if you can see, but right under there was his clip. So I glued that little yellow flower to his clip, so you can't see that. Now, we've got our little bird, our hummingbird. Our hummingbird is ready to go in. I don't want him back here, so I've got to put a pick on this. Got to put a pick on it. It's the details. Hey, Betty Jean. It's the details that make your arrangements different. So I want to put him like he's flying. And have his little, his feathers coming off the back. See how I, see, can you see that? Here's our hummingbird. And his feathers are coming out this way. And if you look at it from the side, this way, he's just kind of flying in there. I think you can see him better this way. You see, he's right here, and he's just kind of flying into our arrangement. So I've got a lilac beside of him. I can see a little bit of his clip. I don't think that's it's not necessarily a bad thing. But I could glue let me look. I'm looking to see if I want to glue a flower on it. I could have done something like this and then glued this to the bottom. That would cover my clip under there. So I think I can either glue him in there. Yeah, I think I can just push that up in there and glue it. I think it's just a leaf that's 3. Question is, do I put the glue down inside of there and push it up, or am I going to put the glue on my bird? Which way am I going to do it without burning my fingers? That's a question to remain to be seen. And this kind of stuff you have to do with a glue gun. I'm going to put my glue on my bird. I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to put my glue on my bird. Right around that clip. And then I'm going to take this and nestle it up. Let me see how I fixed it. Oh, yep, I just glued my wrist. There we go. We'll put this right up in there, kind of like that. Very tedious. It is very tedious. But it covers the big end of that clip really good. So then I can put my bird back in. I only managed to drop the hot glue right there. Didn't burn too terribly bad. Maybe I won't have a blister. All right, so we put our bird back in. Get his little tail feathers like we want them. There we go. That actually looks better. Because now, I don't know if you can see him. Let me turn him this way. If you can see, it looks like he's nestled onto that like a green leaf. So it really kind of makes him look more like he's flying. So, there we go. So we look at it from the front. There you go. You've got your bird down here. You got your hummingbird flying back here. You've got your height over here. You got a little height that's denser over here. It's airier over here. We've got grass coming up. We've got 3 different kinds of greenery. We have boxwood. We have ferns. We have the sword grass, and then we have the spiky grass. We actually have 4 different types of greenery. And then we have our little flowers. We have our spikes. We have our fillers. And we got our ground cover. So there you go. It's as simple as that. That's all it is to it to make a beautiful arrangement. And this would be pretty on any, on a coffee table. It would be pretty on front porch table, dining room table. It would be anywhere. So now you need to go around your house, find you a container, get you some oasis, grab you some flowers, and put them in. Alrighty. Okay, evening. All right, that's our Friday night. Oh, what'd I do? That's our Friday night arrangement for tonight. It was fairly quick. It's 9 o'clock. I don't think I got on till a little after 8. So, thanks for hanging with me and being patient while I had to run get things. I'll try to be more together on our next one. I pulled out 2 more grapevines, so I got 2 more wreaths coming up that I for sure want to make. I'm plugging along. I'm getting my stuff ready for my spring showcase. So, yeah. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go see who was in my front yard while they were driving up a while ago. That my dogs were going crazy. And see what's happening out there. And get ready to go see my granddaughter tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great Friday night. I hope you have an awesome weekend. I just saw you. Oh, watch the replay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, I jumped on. It was really fast tonight. I got home from work, and I had like 15 minutes to get ready and to pull something together to get on. And so, it was late. It was late. So, anyway, that was it for tonight. And you guys have an awesome weekend. I don't think I've got a busy weekend. I've got dance showcase for 2 days. So, I probably won't be back on till probably Monday. But anyway, I hope you have a great weekend. If you got questions about anything in the arrangement you saw tonight, shoot me an email. Not email, shoot me a message or in Messenger or comment, and I'll get back to you. And if you make a flower arrangement or you make a wreath, send them to me. I want to see them. I want to see them. Thank you, Kay. I do want to see them. I love hearing comments. I love hearing people are, they'll send me messages and they're saying how much they're learning to do flower arrangements and they're wanting to do these. So it just makes me happy. It makes me really, really happy. So anyway, that's it for tonight. You guys have a great weekend and I will see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.